episode 3552, Behind Closed Doors.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Kristianne Wargo.
Happy day. I have a question for you. How are you feeling? Like, seriously, how are you feeling? Because today it's Wellness Wednesday, and it's all about how you feel from the tip of your nose down to the bottom of your toes. Oh, yes, it is behind closed doors. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already haven't had the opportunity, you want to head on over to createyournow.com, where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, inspiring connection and community. You know, in a world driven by constant connectivity, we've got social media more than on the rise. Like, it is a part of our everyday. It is now ingrained, not in our mind, but in our fingers. It becomes this habit that we cannot stop. We take it to the bathroom. We go and cook dinner with it. We take it to work. We're on the road with it. We even go to bed with it. Oh my goodness. We have to be so connected, right? But yet, you know what? There's some disconnect there. We'll go into that another time. But the idea of living your best life behind closed doors seems counterintuitive, right? Because we are so constantly connected, or are we? You see, the reality is that true transformation often happens in the quiet moments. Those quiet moments of self-reflection and personal commitment. The ones where you say, I get to do this because I'm getting stronger, or this is how I want to live. It doesn't matter who's watching me. This is what I want. But when it comes to healthy living, finding that balance between public accountability and private dedication is key to long-term success. Healthy living is not just about what others see, but how you behave when no one is watching. Right? It's those habits that we cultivate in private, away from the eyes of social scrutiny, ultimately shaping our overall well-being. Think about what you do in private versus what you do in public. What does it look like? How are they the same? Or maybe how are they different? Maybe they stand out a little bit more. You're like, oh yeah, I get this, man. I'm careful how I eat around people. I want to be looked at as a health nut. I want to be looked at as like, oh man, she's always on it. Or when you close the doors, what happens? Do you run for the ice cream and potato chips? Maybe not at the same time, but it kind of sounds good, right? Sweet and salty. All right, we'll leave that too for another episode. But you can make some great recipes with ice cream and potato chips. No, I will not leave that recipe here in the show notes for you, but it would be a fun recipe. Just put them as crunchies. Okay, let me share this recipe with you. I love this with ice cream, and it's getting cold, so you may not want to have a lot of ice cream, which is better for you since I'm doing this recording in more the fall time into winter. So my mom started this whole thing with me, and did you know, you don't have an ice cream cone around, but who needs an ice cream cone when you can have Rice Krispies? Oh, yes. Dish yourself up, whether it's homemade ice cream, whether you take fruit and make like a sorbet, you do your own thing, and you kind of want to be really healthy, but then you want to add in a little bit of not so healthy. Sprinkle on as many Rice Krispies as you want. And oh my goodness, it's like you have your ice cream cone. It just gives that crunch. If you're that crunch girl, yeah, sign me up for that. It is delicious. But you see, you really don't need a recipe. All you need is a bag. But again, we'll leave that for another episode. But what does your everyday look like now? What does it look like when you're out in public and you go order something, okay, with your friends, with your mom, maybe with your sister? What does that look like? Or what does it look like when you're at home? Nobody's watching. Maybe you're having dinner together. Is it like pig out and you can eat a large pizza yourself? And when you're out in public, you'll have like a half a slice and then the rest is all salad. I mean, what does it really look like? I want you to own it today. I want you to think about it, because honestly, we're not sitting around saying, how do I act when it comes to healthy living in public? What do I look like when I'm behind closed doors? Because if you want to live a healthy lifestyle, you get to thrive behind closed doors. And that is your Kiss to Keep It Simple strategy. You got to thrive behind closed doors. You can't just expect that your success of healthy living is going to come only in the public's eye. It's not going to work that way because I promise you, your habits will fail you behind closed doors. And that's most of the time what happens. We're great, right? Why do you think Weight Watchers, and no, they're not a sponsor of this episode, but back in the day, why do you think Weight Watchers were so successful? Had nothing to do with their point system. Definitely had nothing to do with their food. It was all accountability. It was showing up. It was having somebody else's eyes on what you were doing. You met in person. You had a group together. Kind of think of it as therapy, right? You all came together. That was before, okay, mind you, that was way before we had the internet, all right? This was when you met in person and you had to drive up to the actual store and you walked in and what they had was right there. You met there, you weighed in there, everything was there. You did it well because you weren't doing it behind closed doors. You were doing it with a family, a group of people. But you see a lot of times now because we are so connected, meaning the internet, the Wi-Fi, it gives us everything we need, or does it? We sit there and think we can do anything and everything by ourselves. And I'm here to challenge that just a little bit. Why? Because I challenge that for myself. I can look great in the public's eye. I can look great around my brother and sister, around my family. But man, when nobody's at home, give me that ice cream and potato chips. But for me, it's the ice Krispies, the ice cream and the Rice Krispies. Yeah, maybe we should call it Ice Krispies. Maybe we invented something new. Anyway, you get my drift, right? We've got to learn how to thrive behind closed doors because that's our reality in life, right? If your spouse travels and you're like, I cannot wait till he goes. Why? Because then I can have cereal every night for dinner. Oh, I remember back in the day. I remember having cereal at night. Number one, it's because we could afford it and it was a cheap meal. But number two, it was then the easy meal to have. And my brother, sister, and I, we loved it. To this day, I still love a cereal meal. Oh, it's delicious, but it doesn't sit well with my stomach. What's in that box doesn't do well with my cells. It's just not good for me. But I remember back then. So what is it for you? Like, I really want you to be honest with yourself because if you can figure this out, let me tell you, you're going to thrive even greater behind closed doors. It's not going to be as challenging for you because you're going to be like, my eyes are open now. I don't want anybody to see. Like, pretend somebody was looking at you when you're in the refrigerator, right? Not the little devil and the little angel on your shoulder. I'm not talking about that look, but literally someone who matters to you. And it may not even be your spouse. Shh, don't tell your spouse that though. It may be your best friend. It may be a college roommate or, oh dear, an ex, like an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend. And you're like, I want to show them all the time that I can be all that I can be. I can have 3, 4, 5, 10 kids and still look amazing. Now, obviously, that definition of looking amazing is personal to you. I'm not going to define that for you, okay? So how do you thrive behind closed doors? What does it look like in real life? Well, number one, you've got to set realistic goals. You've got to establish clear, achievable goals. And when you do that, it's crucial because it will help you maintain healthy habits in private. You're great when you go out because you can order a salad. You can order grilled chicken. You can have salmon. You don't have to touch the rolls and, that looks great, but you go home and you have a sandwich. And it's not with homemade bread where you know all the ingredients that are in there. You bought it from the store and it's got an expiration date of 6 weeks from now or even later, right? I mean, that's the reality. Come on, be honest with yourself. I can't emphasize enough the importance of setting intentions that resonate with your personal values and motivations. What is it for you? Who's looking at you? This is in your mind right now, okay? You don't have to share this with anybody. You can share it with me. I won't tell anybody, I promise. Send me an email. Connect at createyournow.com. Say, Kristianne, this is what I'm thinking. Great, send it to me. I want to hear from you. Whether it's committing to regular exercise, mindful eating, or stress management techniques, what is it for you? Having those specific goals helps to guide your actions when no one else is around to witness them. Can I let you in on a little secret? So it's been a little bit stressful the last few months. I'm being honest with you. I don't need to go into details, But life has been hard in many ways. Personally, professionally, I've got a lot of balls in the air right now. And I am running literally, honestly, if I'm going to be real with you, chicken with her head cut off. I mean, I'm just all out there and it's crazy. And I've gotten off and I'm not feeling real great. And in my eyes, I'm not looking real great, okay? I'm inflamed. I've got some stuff happening and my body just gets set off so fast. It's ridiculous. I can eat it could be just 3 bites of something. And you're like, 3 bites shouldn't do anything to you. Oh, for my body? Oh no, it's 3.5 pounds on me. If I eat the whole thing, like a cupcake, it's 5 to 10 pounds. I kid you not. The next day it shows up. It is ridiculous, okay? So I've been kind of really struggling. And God and I have had these hard conversations. And I'm like, Lord, I feel like I'm getting in your way. My weight's getting in my way. I don't know what I need to do. And he said, you need to start with you. You need to look at what you need to do behind closed doors when nobody's watching. I'm like, oh, seriously? I'm like, yeah, I gotta shine the light on this, don't I? He's like, yeah, you do. I'm like, okay. So this is me being real. I started out simple. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to have anything that has added sugar in it at all for one day. One day. Because you see, all the other days prior to that, I was having anything and everything I wanted. Didn't matter if it was an apple. Didn't matter if it was a piece of chocolate that wasn't necessarily dark chocolate, more like your Halloween yummy chocolate, because you can get lots of that right now at the store, right? Delicious. And so I would just do whatever. Oh, cheese. And dairy does not do well with me. Okay, I can go on and on and on and on. So I said, okay, first day, no added sugar. If I have anything with sugar in it, it's going to be natural. Okay, whatever it is. So I can have an apple. Okay, great. But then I'm like, the second day, what do I do for the second day? Okay, second day, I need to have 2 shakes, not just 1 shake like I did the first day, but the second day I need to have 2 shakes. What does that look like? And so I did. Now, was I perfect? No, I still had a little bit of added dairy because I had my nachos. Now, I did have my own meat from my own cow, which was great. I cooked it myself. I knew the actual ingredients that were in there. I didn't use any sauce, so it was all real stuff. Nothing extra. The cheese that I shredded up was a block of cheese, so it didn't have any of that extra added potato starch. Like I got it as real as I could get it, okay? And I had 2 shakes. Yes, score. And on top of that, I decided, you know what? I'm going to work on my glutes. I'm going to work on my bigger muscular parts of my body, which is my back, my glutes, and my quads. I need to work those areas. And then my inner thighs, of course. So I did that on the second day. Third day, yes, guess what? I'm going to have the 2 shakes. I'm going to build upon my workout before. Now, I know my glutes are going to be feeling it. I just know because that's what happens. But guess what? I'm going to push through it. I may have to drop my level a little bit, but I'm going to do it. Oh, and by the way, guess what? I change how I sit. I'm sitting on my bicycle while I work. Literally, as I'm sitting here recording to you, I'm on my desk bike. Haven't done it in a while. But guess what? I got it out. We'll leave that though here in another minute. I'll expand on that one. Giving you my secrets all too early. But what goal do you need to set for yourself? Okay, what is it? Maybe it's having a shake. Maybe it's starting with drinking 1 full glass of water because you've been drinking everything else you're not supposed to. What do you need to do? You do not want to wait till the first of the new year to say, oh, I'm going to get on all of this stuff and it's going to be wonderful. No, it's not, because you're going to feel the same way that we're talking about right now, and it's going to be a stopping point for you. I'm trying to get you over that hump so that you can thrive behind closed doors. Number 2, create a supportive environment. Building a supportive environment within your home and personal space is essential for sustaining healthy habits behind closed doors. So surround yourself with positive influences such as nutritious foods. Yeah, give yourself a cabinet to put your stuff in, okay? Fitness equipment and motivational reminders. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your behaviors. Make sure your surroundings encourage and support your wellness journey. Now, you know I just talked about my bike. Literally, because I've moved my office. We're under construction right now. We're doing renovations. It's kind of chaotic. But you know what? If I wait for all of this to be done, it's going to be the new year. I don't have time for that. So I'm figuring out how to make it work. So right now, I'm literally recording in my kitchen at the bar with my desk bike in front of it. And I have this whole setup and I'm literally recording right now to you. It is crazy, I know, but that's what I'm doing. I'm making it work, right? What do you need to dust off and bring out into the open? Maybe you have that treadmill or that elliptical or that rower that you've had for years. And you're like, oh yeah, but it's better if I just hang my clothes on it. No, it's not. Get your clothes off of it. Move the boxes and get back on it. Maybe it's that bike that you really wanted to ride. Maybe it's the Peloton. Okay. They're not a sponsor here. Maybe they should be. But again, what do you need to do to get yourself moving? Maybe you need to chase your toddler around more often if you're a new mama. And you're like, Kristianne, I don't have time for all of this other stuff. But maybe you need to get off and play with your kiddos a little bit differently than how you play with them now. Okay. What do you need to do? What do you need to dust off and bring out into the open? Number 3, practice self-compassion. Above all, practicing self-compassion is key to thriving behind closed doors. And I must stress the importance of being kind to yourself, especially during moments of struggles and setbacks, because you're going to have them, right? I already told you, I've had a crazy past few months. Now, I could live in those excuses. I'm just telling you my reality, okay? Just like you have a reality. Don't make it an excuse, okay? Just look at it, state it as a fact. Don't allow your feelings to come in where you then interject it as I feel this way. So now it becomes an excuse. You don't want to do that. You want to look at it as a fact and say, you know what, I can change the fact. And that fact is I get to do this way. Cultivate a mindset of self-acceptance and forgiveness, giving yourself that grace, realizing that progress is a journey with ups and downs, twists and turns all around, right? Remember, healthy living is not about perfection, but about consistency and self-care. Go back to the beginning of my week, right? No added sugar with a shake. Oh, wait, second day, 2 shakes, still no added sugar. And then a workout. Third day, 2 shakes, still no added sugar. A workout again. Oh yeah, I'm going to start feeling it. I just start building. Why? Because I'm going to flex a muscle that I know I have. I've just chosen not to do it behind closed doors. But you got to be kind and compassionate to yourself. So what kind of compassionate phrase can you repeat to yourself today? Is it, you can do this? You are beautiful? Rise and shine your light. What is it for you? You're created for more. Go out and create your now. What is it that resonates? And you may need to change it every single day. But find that kind phrase and write it on your mirror. Get your expo marker. I don't care if it's pink, green, blue, purple, black, and write on there, I can do this. I get to do this. I know how to do this. You see, research shows that individuals who prioritize their well-being in private are more likely to experience long-lasting results compared to those who solely focus on external validation, meaning that, hey, I'm living everything in my best life out in the real world, meaning that you're on social media and you present everything that looks awesome. Okay, that is a moment in time that might be all of 10 seconds or even 10 minutes. What happens with the rest of your day? What if I gave you 168? Just gave you that. And you're like, what is 168? 168 is how many hours you have in a week. Don't tell me you don't have enough time. Because you do. You just choose how you use it. And a lot of times we are spending our time on social media trying to prove who we are, not by showing a clip of who we are for a moment. You want to be who you are 85, 90% of the time, and then give yourself that break of 15%, maybe even 20%. For me, I have to be on all the time. It's just my body. Okay? God and I have a conversation about it every single day. I kid you not. And I've come to accept it. I don't like it. I do accept it. I'm kind of rebellious every once in a while, but if I don't stay on point, man, it just screws me up. So when I'm going on a path of, I want to do this, I've got to stay the course for the long haul. And then only about 6 months or so can I interject some other things. So like I can't have like the pasta and the rice. No types of starches whatsoever. I can't do it. Can't have the potatoes, not even a sweet potato. I know, don't send me the emails that you're supposed to be able to eat those things. My body cannot handle it. Okay. I know what my body needs, but you see, that's my body. What does your body need? Think about your mind, body, and spirit. According to a study published in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine, self-regulation and intrinsic motivation play vital roles in sustaining healthy behaviors over time. That's what you're looking for, because my friend, you're not getting any younger, right? I think it was a couple weeks ago, I said that I had 3 friends that were having hip replacements. And I just sit there and scratch my head and I'm thinking, I want to have majority of my body parts. Like, I don't want to be the bionic woman. I really don't. I may have to be that if I don't watch what I do as I get older, but I've got a few things that I'm watching, but that doesn't mean I stop everything. It's important to cultivate a strong inner foundation for healthy living behind closed doors. Create your now, not just in the public's eye, but in your privacy, in the privacy of your own 4 walls. And when you set realistic goals, create that supportive environment within your own home. I'm not talking about outside. I'm not talking about going out with your girls and saying, oh, let's go have a healthy salad for lunch today. That would be fabulous. Yeah, that may look fabulous, but if you're doing everything else wrong behind the privacy of your own 4 walls, that healthy salad's not going to do crap for you. Let me just be real. But at the same time, you have to practice self-compassion. You're like, Kristianne, you're yelling at me. I'm not yelling at you. I'm being real with you because I've been down this road so many times. You can achieve sustainable wellness even when no one's watching if you're willing to say, I want to create my now. I want to create how my everyday looks. That when nobody's watching, I know everybody's watching, and it doesn't matter because I know I get to make the right choices for my well-being. Remember, your personal commitment to health is what truly matters, both on display and behind closed doors. Go in peace, be present, be incredible, be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Hey, have a glorious, blessed day and train for life. Love your journey. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.